You felt it, haven't you? That sinking weight in your chest every time you think about love. The way your mind replays the moments when you trusted someone with everything, only to have it shattered in a way that makes your heart ache even when you're alone. You've asked yourself over and over if you'll ever be brave enough to let someone in again. If you'll ever be able to feel that spark without fearing the same pain. Right now it might feel like your heart has built walls so high, not even you could climb over them. But here's the truth, the possibility of love isn't gone. It's just waiting for you to learn how to open yourself again, slowly, carefully, and gently, without rushing or forcing yourself to feel before you're ready. When someone you loved most hurts you, it leaves more than just scars on your heart. It leaves questions that echo in every quiet moment. Questions like, why me? Did I do something wrong? Am I even worthy of love anymore? You feel fragile, as if loving again would be an act of recklessness, as if vulnerability is a risk you cannot afford. And yet, deep down, you know that denying love also denies life itself. The fear of being hurt again is real, and it's valid. But fear doesn't have to dictate the path you walk. You can reclaim the part of you that once dreamed of laughter in shared moments, of long conversations where words flow effortlessly, of the warmth that only a heart fully open can feel. The first step is to give yourself permission to feel everything you've felt. The heartbreak, the anger, the betrayal, the emptiness. Sit with it, not to let it define you but to understand it. Notice how your body remembers the hurt, how your mind spins stories that keep you locked in yesterday. And now imagine telling yourself, I honor my pain, but I will not let it stop me from living fully. I will love again, not recklessly but wisely, tenderly, with awareness. That is the first act of courage. It's quiet, almost invisible, but it shifts something deep inside. You might think that loving again means jumping into another relationship, or pretending you've moved on before your heart is ready. But it's not about rushing, it's about small deliberate steps. Start by rediscovering yourself, the person you were before the heartbreak, the person who dreamed without fear, who laughed without caution. Reconnect with your passions, your dreams, your quirks, the little things that make you whole outside of anyone else. As you do this, you'll notice something subtle yet powerful. Your heart begins to trust itself again. The trust you lost in someone else starts to rebuild within you. Part of this journey is also learning to set boundaries. After being hurt, it's natural to want to guard yourself. But boundaries aren't walls. They're signs that you know your worth, that you recognize what is and isn't acceptable in your life. Loving again doesn't mean ignoring red flags or forgetting lessons. It means being open while staying aware, being vulnerable while staying strong. This balance is delicate, but every small decision you make to honor it strengthens your ability to love without fear. And here's a truth most people never say out loud. Healing doesn't follow a straight path. Some days, you'll feel ready to trust someone new, and other days the pain will resurface like a wave you didn't see coming. That's okay. Every step, forward or backward, is part of the journey. The key is not to judge yourself for the pace. Loving again after being hurt isn't a race, it's a reclaiming of your life, a gentle, persistent return to your own heart, so that when the right person comes along, you don't just let them in, you welcome them with full awareness, with boundaries, and with the kind of love that knows its own worth. The next time you think about letting someone close, don't rush it. Start small. Notice how your body responds to connection, how your heart flutters at the possibility rather than recoils at the fear. Practice being seen in small ways, sharing a laugh, expressing a thought, allowing a simple touch or smile to be meaningful. Each of these moments rebuilds the muscle of vulnerability, quietly teaching your heart that it can survive even if someone leaves, even if trust is broken again. You are not broken. You are learning. You are slowly, carefully preparing yourself to feel fully, to love without forgetting the lessons pain taught you, and to embrace the kind of connection that doesn't ask you to sacrifice your sense of self. Healing isn't about pretending the hurt never happened. It's about transforming it into a quiet strength that guides you toward love that lasts, toward joy that feels earned, toward connection that nourishes, rather than wounds. Now that you've allowed yourself to feel and honor the pain, the next step is learning how to slowly re-enter the world of love without fear consuming every thought. This isn't about jumping into another relationship, or pretending that the hurt didn't happen. It's about retraining your heart, showing it that it can open again, carefully, deliberately, and safely. You begin by noticing the smallest ways you can be vulnerable, without risking everything at once. Start with yourself. Spend time truly connecting with who you are in this moment, not the person you were before, and not the person defined by past heartbreak. Write your thoughts down, talk to yourself in the mirror, explore the hobbies or passions you set aside during the pain. These small acts of self-reconnection create a foundation that will make loving again feel natural, rather than forced. You will notice subtle shifts, a lighter step, a small smile at a memory, a flicker of hope you thought was lost. These are not coincidences. They are proof that your heart is beginning to remember its own strength. Next, practice allowing yourself to trust in small, safe ways. It could be sharing a personal thought with a friend, opening up about a dream you've been hesitant to pursue, or even letting someone take care of you in a tiny, everyday way. Each of these moments is a rehearsal for the bigger leap of trusting a new love. Your heart begins to remember how it feels to rely on others without fear, how it can experience connection without being consumed by anxiety. This is the gentle art of rebuilding trust, step by step, moment by moment. You'll also need to confront the voice inside you that constantly warns, don't get hurt again. That voice is loud because it's trying to protect you, but if you let it dominate, you risk living cautiously instead of fully. Listen to it, acknowledge it, but don't obey it blindly. Ask yourself, is this fear based on what is or what was? This distinction is crucial because the world of love you're stepping into is not the same as the one that broke you. You are not the same person, and your boundaries, your awareness and your courage now shape a very different space for connection. Part of loving again is learning to let go of comparisons. You may catch yourself thinking, no one will ever love me the way they did, or I'll never feel that again. These thoughts are natural, but they are traps. The past cannot dictate the possibilities of the future. Love comes in infinite forms, and each new connection is an opportunity to experience depth, joy and companionship in ways your past heart couldn't imagine. Your task is to notice these comparisons, breathe through them, and redirect your focus to what is unfolding in the present moment. Vulnerability doesn't mean exposing yourself to harm. It means allowing yourself to experience emotions fully, even with the awareness that risk exists. Start noticing the little moments where you can be open without expectation. A gentle compliment, a shared story, an honest laugh with someone new. These small openings accumulate. Slowly, your heart starts to recognize that it can feel intensely without being destroyed. You begin to trust the process, rather than fixating on outcome. Another important step is releasing the weight of what could have been. You may carry visions of the past, replaying moments of love and betrayal as if they were your blueprint for every future relationship. Let go of that burden. It doesn't mean forgetting or excusing the hurt. It means understanding that your past does not define the full spectrum of what love can be. By doing so, you create space for new experiences that are untethered from old pain, unchained from fear, and capable of true joy. As you take these steps, you may notice your heart reacting in surprising ways. Hesitation, excitement, even moments of doubt. This is natural. Your heart is learning a new rhythm, one that balances hope with caution, curiosity with self-respect. Every time you honor these emotions without judgment, you teach your heart that it can trust itself again. You begin to understand that the act of loving isn't reckless, but a courageous reclamation of your life. Remember, loving again is not a single decision. It's a series of intentional acts. It's choosing to open your heart a little more each day, noticing the beauty in small connections, and allowing yourself to hope without forcing certainty. Your journey is yours alone, and it unfolds in the quiet moments as much as in the grand gestures. Each step you take toward openness, Each choice to experience connection rewires your heart. Slowly, you rebuild the capacity to love fully, fiercely, and wisely, without erasing the lessons that heartbreak taught you, but without letting them imprison you. By embracing these practices, you will find that love becomes less of a risk and more of a conscious, intentional act. You'll notice the subtle joys of connection, returning, laughter that feels effortless, conversations that flow naturally, smiles that reach your eyes. Your heart, once cautious and fragile, begins to beat with a quiet confidence, knowing it can endure, knowing it can hope, knowing it can love again. By now you've done the work of reconnecting with yourself, honoring your pain, and taking careful steps toward vulnerability. You've started to feel a glimmer of hope again, the quiet pulse of possibility in your chest. And yet the thought of opening your heart fully to someone new may still feel terrifying. That's natural. Healing doesn't erase fear, it teaches you how to move through it. The question is, how do you know when your heart is ready to love again? How do you step into a connection without losing yourself, without repeating patterns that once hurt you so deeply? The first sign that you're ready is self-awareness. You start noticing what matters to you now, not what mattered to the person who hurt you. You understand your values, your boundaries, the small non-negotiables that protect your heart without shutting it down. This clarity is your compass. It will guide you toward people who complement your life rather than drain it. You will recognize behaviors and choices that serve your growth and those that don't, and you'll trust your instincts to steer you in the right direction. You'll also notice a shift in how you approach intimacy. Instead of rushing to feel complete through someone else, you begin to see love as a partnership of two whole people, not a remedy for loneliness or fear. You'll realize that true connection isn't about filling a void but about sharing your fullness with someone who respects and nurtures it. This understanding changes everything. Suddenly, love feels less like a gamble and more like a dance, delicate, mindful, and profoundly alive. And then there's the subtle art of noticing signs of a safe connection. A safe connection doesn't demand perfection or erase your fears. It acknowledges them, meets them with patience, and allows you to unfold without judgment. You'll feel it in the way someone listens, without interruption, in the way they respect your time and your space, in the small gestures that show they value you for exactly who you are. These are the moments your heart has been waiting for, tiny sparks that remind you that trust and intimacy are possible again. But readiness also comes from embracing uncertainty. Loving again means accepting that you cannot control everything, that risk is part of the equation, and that pain may still visit you. And yet, when you embrace this uncertainty with courage and awareness, you begin to see it not as a threat, but as a pathway to profound human connection. Your heart remembers its strength, not in spite of being hurt, but because it endured, because it learned to rise each time it was shattered. As you step closer to opening yourself fully, integrate the lessons of your past. Reflect on what hurt you before, the signs you ignored, the compromises you made, the boundaries you failed to enforce. Let these reflections guide your choices without becoming anchors of fear. Use them as a map, not a cage. They are your wisdom, your secret armor that allows you to love fiercely while staying grounded, passionate while staying safe. And when the right person comes along, you'll notice it in the quiet, almost imperceptible way, not in dramatic gestures, not in grand promises, but in the way your heart feels seen without performing, in the way your laughter comes easily, in the subtle assurance that this connection doesn't demand you to sacrifice yourself. It's gentle, steady, and full of potential. And in this space, love feels like the gift it's meant to be, a chance to experience life more deeply, more joyfully, more fully than ever before. You will also learn the profound truth that loving again is not about erasing what happened, it's about integrating it. Your past heartbreak becomes a teacher, your pain becomes a guide, and your resilience becomes the very thing that allows your love to be wiser, calmer, and infinitely richer. Each vulnerability you allow, each moment of trust you practice, is a declaration: I will not let fear dictate my heart. I choose love, knowing it may come with risk, but also with infinite possibility. At the end of this journey, what emerges is not a fragile heart trying to survive, it's a heart reborn. A heart that has endured storms, learned their lessons, and now beats with quiet courage. A heart that knows how to protect itself, but also how to open fully. A heart ready to love again, not with blind naivety, but with conscious awareness, deep compassion, and unwavering hope. And when you finally allow yourself to love, you will see that the pain of the past no longer shadows the present. It illuminates it. Each memory, each scar, each lesson becomes part of a mosaic that makes you whole and capable of extraordinary connection. And in that place, love is no longer terrifying, it is transformative, life-affirming, and undeniably yours. Now imagine yourself standing at the edge of possibility. You've done the work, faced your pain, rebuilt trust in yourself, and learned to open your heart in small, deliberate ways. You are no longer the person who once feared love above all else. You are wiser, stronger, and ready to step into a connection that reflects your growth and resilience. But how do you take that first real step into loving again? It begins with presence. Notice the people around you, the ones who make you feel calm, who bring a smile to your face, who engage with your thoughts and dreams without judgment. You don't have to force a relationship. You only need to pay attention to the signals your heart already recognizes. A kind word, a shared laugh, a conversation that leaves you feeling seen. These are the openings where love can quietly begin. Allow yourself to notice them without expectation, without pressure, simply observing the moments that make your heart light. Next, practice curiosity without attachment. When you meet someone new, ask questions, explore their world, and allow them to explore yours. Notice how you feel in their presence. Are you relaxed? Are your boundaries respected? Do you feel safe enough to share small truths about yourself? These are the subtle markers that help you discern whether someone can be trusted with your heart. Curiosity keeps you engaged, present, and aware, while attachment keeps you safe from repeating old patterns. At the same time, continue honoring your boundaries. They are not walls, they are signs of respect for yourself and your past. Loving again doesn't mean sacrificing your needs or ignoring red flags. It means recognizing what nurtures your growth and what harms it. When you communicate your boundaries clearly and compassionately, you invite the right people into your life and gently repel those who would drain your energy. This is the secret of loving wisely. Openness balanced with self-respect, and allow yourself to feel fully joy, excitement, nervousness, even fear. These emotions are not signs that something is wrong. They are proof that your heart is alive, that it remembers how to hope and to dream. The butterflies in your stomach, the warmth in your chest, the quiet anticipation when someone notices you. These sensations are your heart's way of reminding you that life and love are still thrillingly possible. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Saying yes to a new experience, smiling at someone who catches your eye, allowing yourself to trust even a little. All of these are proof that your heart is capable of love again. Celebrate them. Honor them. These are the building blocks of a heart that not only survives heartbreak, but thrives because of it. And remember, loving again is a continuous act of courage. It's choosing hope over fear, presence over doubt, vulnerability over self-protection. It's knowing that even if things don't unfold perfectly, you are already whole, already resilient, already worthy. Each connection, each conversation, each shared moment becomes an opportunity to practice the art of loving fully, without erasing your past, but by integrating it into a life richer and deeper than you ever imagined. Finally, trust the timing. Love cannot be forced, rushed, or manufactured. It arrives when you are ready, not when you are desperate. And when it does, you will know it, because your heart, rebuilt and awakened, will recognize the authenticity and safety that only wisdom, patience, and courage can bring. You will step forward, not as someone afraid, but as someone fully alive, fully open, and fully ready to embrace the beauty, joy, and transformative power of love once more. Your heart has been through storms, but it has survived. It has learned, healed, and grown. Now it is ready to trust, to connect, to feel, and to love more deeply, more consciously, and more beautifully than ever before. And the truth is, this is only the beginning.